I'm not gonna lie, gang. I'm not gonna lie. That's annoying. That's annoying. I've spent quite a lot of time over the last few days. Quite a bit of time over the last few days trying to sort out stuff, trying to fix the whole thing. There's another graphics card in there now. It's been formatted. It's had the whole business. It's had everything. Still getting blue screens. Still getting blue screens. Like, I've replaced literally everything in the PC at this stage. I've replaced all of it. What am I supposed to do? What am I meant to do? Like, genuinely, at this stage, what am I supposed to... Ow. This is a new chair and I'm trying to get comfy. What am I meant to do? There is nothing original left in there. Nothing from when this problem started. So... Anyway. It also turns out, by the way, I totally could have done this later. I moved it to earlier because I was under the impression that we were doing something this evening, and we're not. So the whole thing is just a mess because I got loads of other stuff that I was planning to do this afternoon, and I was like, no, I'll just move the stream. Well, this is the thing, nobody. I think it's a software problem, but unfortunately, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about said software problem. Like, I actually genuinely don't know what I'm supposed to do. Because the thing that keeps happening, it's always a video display thing. In some capacity, it's always something graphics related. But... Oh, Alec, man, in with the E straight away. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's always something graphics related. But the graphics card is different. The graphics card has been changed. And everything's up to date. I completely wiped all the drivers before installing the most recent ones. I've done literally everything. Like, once you get to the point of, oh, I've replaced all the internals and formatted the PC, what are you supposed to do at that stage? You know? I didn't actually see what the blue screen was this time. I think it was the video internal scheduler error, which is the more recent one. Before it was I can't remember what the other one was, but there was a different one before, but it was still graphics card related, and that was down to driver stuff. But again, everything's been sorted, so why is it happening? I don't know. But you can probably tell from my attitude and my demeanour that I'm just a bit bloody sick of it at this point. Because it really, really screws with your ability to make videos and stream if random blue screens crop up all the goddamn time, and if you've effectively replaced everything. Like, oh, Jesus Christ. So annoying. Anyway. Oh, God, Alec, man. I really hope you've managed to dodge contracting COVID. Let's say hello. SM2 sucks. I mean, it doesn't. It's quite good, but okay. Hello, Papaya Pariah. Hello, Gur. Hello, Plebiscite. Hello, Alec, man. Oh, you can have a second hello. Why not? Hello, nobody. Hello, Hokum. Hello, Michael. Hello, JJ. Hello, Whitey. Hello, Stephen. Hello, Ikato. Hello, the Sushi and me. Hello, hello, Stephen. I think I've already done Stephen. I apologise. I'm really thrown. Everything's gone wrong and it's messed me up. Hello, Ben. Hello, Aaron. How are we doing? Are we all good? Ace from Space. Hello. Hello, Lord Zeno. Hello, Box on Base. No, Box on Base. I'm afraid not. Oh, Joe. Sorry about that. I apologise. Yeah. No, it's definitely not setting it as a screensaver because I started streaming and I got a blue screen. But a different blue screen than before. So that's fun and exciting. Oh dear. It's fun times around here. It's a weird time of day for a stream, to be honest. I moved it from this evening because there was supposed to be something happening tonight, but then it's not. So could have actually maintained the evening slot, which, oh well, it's fine. We're here now. We're here. Hello, believer. Currently painting Inquisitor agents and Eisenhorn, but they killed him. Well, always a risk. It's always a risk. Oh, thank you very much, Ace from Space. Ace from Space, what do you want? Do you want Girth or Full Moon? It's your choice. You can have Girth or you can have Full Moon. It's totally up to you. Which do you want for the membership? Honestly, Whitey, I think it's impossible to stream in the evening without clashing with someone. I mean, so I've started streaming on Monday evenings, and that clashes with Mikey and with Liam. But it's like that I can't do Tuesdays, so Mondays it is. Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays is the plan. You want a full moon?
Full moon!
There you go. One full moon? One full moon for a gifted membership? That's how this works. That's how the organisation goes. You gift a membership, or you join, you get to choose between Girth and Full Moon. If you want to see what Girth looks like, there's a way to do that. It's becoming a member, or it's gifting a membership. For a while there, it was 1 for 1. I don't know if we're going to maintain that. Mostly because Mandy abused it horrendously by gifting 50, and then there was 50 Girths in a row that we had to do. We ended up spreading them out quite a bit because it was overwhelming, but it's an option. It's an option that's there. So yeah, what we were going to have a chat about, which we may as well just dive straight into. Why not? Save me lingering on being annoyed about things. This is a thing now. Oh, thank you very much, Whitey. Okay, right. Which do you want? Girth or Full Moon? Or did you do that to see what the Girth one looked like? Whichever one you want, it's yours. It's so obtrusive. It's either of them. Girth? Okay, Girth it is.
Girth, go!
They're both dreadful. Both terrible. There we go. So yeah, there you go. That you know your options now. Now, chat. Those are your options. We'll probably expand it a bit at some point. I'm not really sure how, what with, or anything, but you know, it's a thing that we can do. So we're going to talk about this, right? Because this is what I was asking for, basically. I said a combat patrol with Titus at the head, which I still think would have been a good idea, but this is also a good idea. This is also something that already existed.
Girth Gang in the office. Disclaimer. Girth Gang does not accept any HR violations caused by declaring allegiance in the workplace.
Thank you very much, Chris. Welcome in. It's true. We can't do any sort of. There's no HR around here. You want to declare allegiance in your office? You do it under advisement, and if you get fired, I'm afraid we can't help you with that. We can't help you with that. Mix it up, Girth Moon and Girth Moon. Both of those sound wrong, and I don't know why. Full Gang really sounds off, and I'm not entirely sure why that is, but it does. So yeah, this right, this already existed. This already existed. Technically, kind of. Because, for a while there was a game that was just called Space Marine. Now, I did have this up before, actually. But then everything died, so I couldn't. And this was announced God knows how long ago. And it was only available in Target in the US. Like, this was a while ago. I think it might have been last year. I don't know how good their search is. Is their search good enough for me to search for... Oh, was it Space Marine a board game? This is sort of not actually helping very much. It's not helping very much at all. I thought putting board game in would... Oh yeah, just search Titus. That's an idea. I can't even remember what I searched when I first looked for it. Yeah. I mean, that was ridiculous and really cool, but... There we go. 25th of May, 2023. So that's when the original version of this showed up. But, and the key thing is, it was only available in Target stores in the US. Which, even at the time, baffling choice, right? Really odd choice. I thought they had a good reason for it. For the life of me, I'm not really sure what that reason was. Probably Target, there would have been some sort of deal in place whereby there was some sort of, financial incentive for doing so. That's normally how these things work. But Space Marine the board game came well before Space Marine 2 was released by quite a bit. It was also a bigger game. So Titus, 20 termagants, and 2 Ripper Swarms. Something that's interesting, they did say a similar set will be coming to other territories at a later date. And Lieutenant Titus himself will also be released separately. Key word, right? Separately. Will be available separately in the future. So we fast forward, right? This was May of last year. End of May last year. When this was unveiled and then available in one chain of stores in the US. Fast forward, we are now in September of 2024 and Space Marine 2 Recruit Edition has arrived, which is ostensibly the same thing but smaller. So for this one, you've got Titus against 10 termagants and a Ripper Swarm. So you only get 1 sprue of termagants this time round. You get paints, you get snips, you get a rubbish paint brush. Did you get that for this one as well? I'm assuming you did. Push fit miniatures. Oh, wait, did you not get that for this one? 23 push fit miniatures, Titus, termagants, Ripper Swarms, double-sided game board, a 40-page rulebook, including backstory, 2 training missions, and 2 unique missions, plus all the accessories you need to play the game, but not a way to paint the models. Okay. So for this one, clearly they've dumped a sprue in exchange for putting some paints and some, hobby supplies in there. This also has a 48-page handbook. A 48-page handbook. And this is, I think, a one-sided paper board as opposed to being a double-sided cardboard board. It was available in Germany for €30 in September last year. Oh, interesting. I didn't realise that. Target pays for the exclusive, yeah. The idea of 40k for dummies to get people interested isn't a bad idea. It just should have been 3 Space Marines to be closer to a squad against Tyranids. I completely agree with that. And with better timing, I 100% agree with that. Can you actually paint Titus with the included paints? Alright, so what'd you get? Macragge Blue, Abaddon Black, Wraithbone, Nagaroth Knight. Is that a shade or is that a... And Balthazar Gold. No. Short answer, not really. There's no red in there, so you can't paint certain aspects, like how it appears in the game or on the model. Like, how are you going to paint the hilt of the sword, the red section around the skull on the shoulder pad? You can't paint that with those paints. Also, you're going to have a hell of a job painting his face with that as well. I mean, what could you even mix? Wraithbone, you could mix the Nagaroth Knight, which I've just thought is only in there because of the Tyranids, isn't it, to paint the carapace. But there's no flesh colour in there. There's no flesh colour and there's no red. You could just about get away with the rest of it, sort of. Oh, you also couldn't paint the chain either. But yeah, those boxes very rarely have the actual paints you need to paint the thing that's on the box. But this again is like, the contents aren't bad. The contents aren't like terrible. They're okay. They're fine. But this is another instance of Games Workshop sort of like, I feel like, for me, almost getting there. For a start, they put up a video about painting the contents with the paints included. Oh, okay. I mean, presumably with the paints included, it also means not painting him how he's painted on the box, because even in a video, I don't know how they're getting that red from that collection of paints, you know? But it might be worth having a look. Yeah, sorry, Just a Jester, we're doing it early today. Hello, Chris. How you doing? Yeah, it also is only on sale at Warhammer stores. So that's like, again, like, you're cutting down on how many people can get hold of this thing. And it doesn't say anywhere here that you can order it online from, like, a Warhammer. Like, are you able to buy it? Or do you have to go physically to the store? Because if it's not available to buy online, that's a massive miss, in my opinion. I mean, it literally has Store Finder down here, which to me implies that the only way you're getting hold of this is by physically going to a Warhammer store. Which, again, I don't understand why they've taken that approach for it at all. Because, for my money, right? For my money, you want this to get to as many people as possible, right? You want this to go to as many people as you can. You don't want to have it so that the only way to get hold of it is to find your local Warhammer store and walk there. Because that just cuts down the number of people who can get hold of this box. You want it in as many hands as you can get. Additionally, there's a target audience for this. The target audience isn't actually for, like, the target audience isn't us. We're already in. We're already invested. We already play we're already invested. We already play the games. We already collect the models. We might get it because we like Titus and we like Space Marine 2, but we're not the primary audience, right? The primary audience are people who have played the video game and might be interested in, like, looking at the rest of it. The video game is a video game. It's an online game. It's not an in-person game. Admittedly, yes, Warhammer 40k is a tabletop game. But the people who this is aimed at aren't used to doing the tabletop thing. And for me, it's far more likely that they will get the box, paint it, and then find people to play with than seek it out at an exclusive store that they have to find first to then go and buy the thing that is connected to the game they really like, that they just play at home, because once again, video game. Now, obviously, they want people to go into the store because then they can be given assistance. Like with push-fit stuff, they want people to come in and they want people to see all the boxes. They want the manager to be able to help them. They want to maybe not upsell them necessarily. I would hope that they haven't been given a brief to upsell off the back of the Recruit edition of Space Marine 2, because the whole point is that it's an easy point of entry. But they want all of that to happen, but it's not being... what's the best way to phrase this? It feels like it's not being spread out to as many people as it could doing this way. You know? Oh, Zingbo, I totally forgot to do anything of that because of the crash. Hang on. Look, we're going to do a bit of multitasking here. Isn't Titus and the Gaunts also in the small board game? I think Barnes and Noble and stuff, I think that's a different game. That's got like 4 Space Marines in it and a bunch of termagants and stuff. That's actually a different one. The mini confuses me. An iconic character made canon and then the model doesn't look like the character. We'll get onto that in a moment. Using it to try and get people into the stores. Yeah, I'll totally believe it. They want people to go into the stores. That's 100% what they're aiming for. But that vastly cuts down on how many people will even attempt to get this box. Like, it cuts down the number of people who will even make any effort to look for it. Whereas I would have thought you want to just get people with minis in their hands. And the best way to do that isn't to limit it to in-store. Games Workshop stores are already getting people coming in from Space Marine 2. Okay. So 2 to 3 people come into local Warhammer store in 30 minutes because of it last week. That's actually really good to hear. I mean, if they're already going there, then fair play. Fair play. I'm perfectly happy to admit if I've misjudged something. If that's the case, that would be really good. I assume they think new Space Marine 2 fans walk into the store and be immediately sold on the hobby, seeing it all in person. This is the thing. That's what it's like what I want. I sort of want people to be like, oh my god, this is incredible. I also don't want people to get like overwhelmed. And this is the other thing as well, serious business. Drag newbies into stores so they leave with a Space Marine Codex and Army box as well as this game. That for me is like a double-edged sword thing, right? If you did do that, well done. Like, if you managed to... If you've got it to the point where people are coming in and just grabbing miniatures, I've got to play this, this is incredible because I enjoyed Space Marine 2 so much, that's super good. My worry is is immediately getting overwhelmed. Like, those of us who have built countless armies at this point will sometimes buy an army or just a few more boxes than maybe we really necessarily needed to for whatever we were about to do, and have that moment of, ooh, this is a lot. Oh boy. Oh man, this is quite a lot. I've got a lot to get through. Okay, gonna have to pace myself with this. I worry that a brand new player who is excited about Space Marine 2 picks up like a Combat Patrol Recruit Edition, or picks up one of the starter boxes, and it's like, yeah, let's go, and then gets it all out, and then just looks at a pile of grey plastic and goes, oh no, this is too much. Like, this is a lot. That's my concern with that. But again, that would be really nice if that just wasn't a thing that happened. I guess it's about the conversion rate, isn't it? It's the conversion rate of people picking it up and just getting on with it, to people picking it up, taking it all out and going, this is a lot. The thing is, in that respect, I think this is a good idea. Like, I don't think this is a bad idea. A fully contained little set where you've got a Space Marine to put together and you've got some termagants, that's good. I just wish it was more widely available. And I think it would have stood out a bit more if they'd gone for 3 Space Marines, not 1. That's the other thing. Like, if you played the campaign of Space Marine 2, you've got 2 bros with you the whole time. You got your 2 boys. They're with you through thick and thin, sort of, mostly. I mean, towards the end, they're really on your side, but that would, again, give a more balanced feel to it, and it would be a bit more indicative of what to expect from the actual tabletop hobby as a whole, you know? A friend of mine bought into Sisters last year, got the Army of Faith box and new Combat Patrol, and got absolutely walled by the amount of plastic he'd bought. that is the worry. That is the worry. I was really annoyed with the Manchester store. I walked in asking if there was a way to buy the Titus model the week after it came out. The guy told me that there was no point Games Workshop making it. What the hell? Well, that's a terrible... what a terrible indictment. Well, what an attitude that is. Garbage. Oh, was it Combat Arena Believer? Combat Arena Believer? That was pathetic. Is that the name of the other game? I always forget what the ones that we can't buy over here are called. Me staring at my Seraphon boxes from last year. No idea what you're talking about. Yeah. I mean, I've still got tanks to put together. I've still got Cursed City to put together. You know? It happens. It happens. Hell, I've still got the Sisters of Battle army box from when they had their range refresh. It's there. I need to put it together. I desperately need to do it, but I've got other stuff I keep needing to build and paint and stuff, and then I keep printing things as well. And yeah, the unmentionable box that I still feel I've got to. The thing is, on top of it are some skeletons and tree revenants to finish off my Sylvaneth army for AOS. So it's like a pile of you should really get this sorted. This is the thing. I've played quite a bit of Cursed City. I just haven't painted my copy. I've always played with other people's, which is, you know, really dire. I did find the way that Games Workshop handled Cursed City, that sort of killed my enthusiasm to some degree. I'm not going to lie. I was super hyped for that game, and then it was released, and then it was like not really released, and it kind of was, but then it was never available again, but it was also maybe coming back, and I don't know, I struggled with it in the end. The first and most likely third combat arena is out of production. The second is still available, but that's also the least interesting since it has no Blackstone Fortress miniatures. Oh, okay. Start to get around to painting Dominion. Yep. A few variants of Titus, the Jump Pack, Thunderhammer, etc. That would be kind of cool as well, honestly. Who's Bricky? Bricky is another YouTuber. Gaming YouTuber and Warhammer player that I do a podcast with once a month, twice a month sometimes, whenever they want me. No, Thousandth Son. This episode, I don't know what they're doing for this episode. I'm going to be on next week's. Last thing I successfully put together was a box of World War I/World War II French infantry from War Games Atlantic. Painting Gene Stealer Corps and Drukari by comparison is so hard. I mean, those are two armies that like I would love to collect and paint, but also no. It's too much. It's just too much. So the other thing, and this is kind of important. It doesn't say anything here. Hang on. Let me also get Discord notified that the stream's going on. Something that it doesn't say in this article is whether or not Titus is going to be available by himself. Doesn't say anywhere here, right? But it does say here. It does say that he will be released separately in the future. My question to you, why is that not now? Why isn't it now? The future should be now. The future should be today. He should be available this instant as a standalone model. Surely they understand just how many people would buy Titus. And the thing is, Titus doesn't even look that good. Let's be totally honest here. He doesn't even look that great. He's fine, but where's the Space Marine 2 Special Edition miniature? Where is that? Why is this not available just as a standalone? The pose is really awkward. Also, look at the... This bugs me so much. Chainsword, right hand. Bolt pistol, left hand. So naturally, chainsword, left hand, bolt pistol, right hand. Like, I just don't understand. I just flat out don't understand what happened there. Like, why? Why? How do you... How? Honest question. How'd you get that wrong? Like, genuine, serious question. You know what? Maybe I'm gonna say perhaps maybe I'm being unfair here. We can double check this. We can check this. If we go to my playthrough of this game, right? Is he left or right-handed? I can have a quick glance right now. I can mute that. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. He's got his look at that. Look at this. It would appear we seem to have the melee weapon in the right hand. We seem to have that. That seems fairly consistent and clear right here. So why? We'll get onto that in a minute. Why is he got it in his... Seriously, gang. I just don't understand why it's swapped for the miniature. I don't get it. I just don't get it. It's absolutely baffling. And the thing is as well, it would be less weird if most Space Marines didn't have, like, predominantly right-handed melee weapons. And you know what? I'm going to have a quick look. Let's have a look. Shot by faction. Space Marines. I just want standard Space Marines, right? I just want standard Space Marines, and I just want to see who's got their melee weapon in their left hand. Okay, fair. There's a few here. There's a few. But there's also quite a few who've got it elsewhere. All right. So Librarian, right hand. Dante, right hand. Azrael, right hand. Now, Black Templars Marshal, left hand. Castellan, left hand. I like the fact that there's that variety. Right hand again. But you get what I mean here, right? You get what I mean. The standard approach for most of these... I mean, if you look at the Assault Intercessors, which... The standard approach is for the melee weapon... Oh no, to be left hand. Wait. Yeah, to be left hand. So gun in right hand, sword in left, right? Except he doesn't have that. He doesn't have that. That's not what he has. He has it the other way round. So, in a way, they've kind of just gone with what's standard. Because if we look at that, yeah, it's a lot of left-hand melee. But that's not what he's got. You can tell what he's got because it's on the front of the goddamn box. the game is backwards, which, weirdly, yeah, I hadn't really thought about that until just now. Did they just reuse the arms? Well, I mean, you probably, yeah. Off one of these? I'm sure that there's some reusing. But this is the thing, right? Technically, that would make the game wrong, or it just makes Titus an interesting outlier. Either way, the template is right. It's on the box. It's on the box. It's in the game. It shouldn't be that much of a challenge. Oh, small complaint, but his chainsword hasn't got a knuckle blow like on the box art. I hadn't even noticed that either. Yeah, there's just fully part of the chainsword isn't. And again, he's right on the cover. He's right there. Guys, please, 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 please. Blade guards seem to use guns in the left hand. Maybe it's a skill issue. I don't know. What's funny is they have the chain on his. Yeah, chain on right hand. Yeah, the chain is the set. Yeah, the chain's on the same hand, but they got the weapon that was in there. It's just a bit frustrating, you know. It's just a bit frustrating. It just feels like a missed opportunity. Blood Angel Sergeant Kazarian has a fancier chainsaw and he feels like I think honestly that sums it up. I think that sums it up for me with Titus, with like the Recruit Edition, with the Space Marine 2 board game. It just feels like a missed opportunity. You have this thing where it's like, oh, Space Marine 2's been announced, you can play the board game a year before it's out, and also only if you go to Target. And then it's like, oh, Space Marine 2's finally out. Can I get a model of this guy? A year ago you could, yeah, but probably not now, although you might be able to if it's still in stock. But don't worry, because weeks later we've got Space Marine 2 Recruit Edition. Okay, cool. Can I just have the guy, though? No, you can't have the guy. The guy is in one of those two boxes, and you're not having him by himself. Like, it just feels like missed opportunity after missed opportunity. And again, this, I understand why they've done this. I understand it. I totally get they want people in stores. And people going into the stores after playing Space Marine 2 to learn about 40k is class and quality, and I'm glad it's happening. And I would love to have more. I would love to have more people doing that. But at the same time, you've got the opportunity here to shift this box to loads and loads of people. But instead of putting it online, it's in-store only. Which, again, I get the rationale for. But I feel like just getting it there for people would be just as beneficial, you know? It's true, the game was delayed. Well, this is the thing, Iron of the Spoon. I'm not even particularly that happy with the model. I don't think it looks very good. But there's plenty of people who would grab it just because it's Titus. And then there's, you know, other little things like it's a three-person game, but we've got just Titus and then the termagants and stuff, so I feel like cover more of the bases, you know? I think that's the main thing. Cover more of the bases. I don't think they're covering all the bases. Or even a fraction of all the bases. It's true, Games Workshop stores are like a good source of knowledge. So again, I get why. I just feel like you'd want it more widespread than that. Oh God, I'm still getting used to this chair. I only built it today, and it's very different to what I had before, in that it's an actual decent chair and not a piece of shit. Why did Sergeant Sidonus have a red braid in his arm but Titus doesn't? There's a good question. I have no idea. What's your opinion on Moodang the baby hippo? I have no idea on Sanction Goof. I don't know what that is. I feel like I've missed something. Have I missed Moodang the baby hippo somehow? Clearly I'm just not on top of things. It's going to become a Moodang stream? Probably not. Have you watched Redwall? No. I mean, I read the books when I was a kid, but I haven't watched it. The books were quite good, but we've started a group at the local brewery. That's a great idea. So, relating to Space Marine 2, by the way, I wanted to bring this up because this is pretty funny. I don't know whether this was something that they really meant to do, but someone on Reddit, it has its uses occasionally, a poster called Reuter15 said, so anyone notice they put a third-party conversion kit in Space Marine 2? Now this is this is quality. Thousand Suns Predator. Pretty cool, right? We love the Predator. Nice to see it. Got some good decoration on the front there. Got some nice decoration on the front. You got some on the top of the tank. Very appropriate. Very suitable for Thousand Suns. Where did they get the idea? Where did they get the idea, gang? Oh, it's the ISIS conversion set. A third-party set of upgrades for the Thousand Suns Rhinos. And there it is. In all its glory. Fully all of its glory. It looks fantastic. But I feel like they definitely didn't realise that this was not anything made by Games Workshop. Not just not anything made by Games Workshop, just fully a third-party kit. Now, they have said that they scanned in models to make these, so that all of the proportions were exactly right. Does that mean that someone in the office has got this kit on their Thousand Suns stuff, and they just didn't? That's exactly it, Stephen. Right? Do you think they sourced it from someone and they just had no idea? Because I feel like that's entirely possible. The thing is, it looks super good. This isn't a complaint on my part. I don't give a shit. I think this looks fantastic. It's a very good conversion kit. These are very nice extras. They work super well. They look proper Thousand Suns, or ISIS, alternatively. And they work super well on the vehicles, but they are not made by Games Workshop. Those are not Games Workshop stuff at all. Which is pretty funny, to be honest. I mean, there's some stuff in the customizer that isn't like 100% Games Workshop kit stuff, but for like little extras that go on the Space Marines, it's like, okay, whatever. But yeah, that kit, I mean, it depends on how long that's been available, actually. I'm gonna have a quick look. Oh dear. Well, that's not ideal. Do we continue? It says it's not secure. Yeah, we'll risk it. Yes, I'd like it in English, not in German. So, what have we got? What have we got here? I'm gonna have a quick glance. In fact, you can help. You can help. This seems to be the site that it's from. Vehicle conversion, right? Vehicle conversion. Here we go. So we've got stuff for biomechanics. Oh, that actually looks pretty class. I like that. Night Wolf conversion set. Night Wolf stuff. Pestilence. I'd love to know when this went up. When did this become available? That's my question. Yes, please translate it. Please translate it. Because I suspect that probably that what happened is that they scanned something in that someone had done without realising. But I could be totally wrong. Like, I mean, it could be that actually, yeah, these are based off Space Marine 2. But at the same time, they also seem to be doing things like this and that and like that as well, and these. You know, what I guess is the likelihood of them also having made all of these in that same time. You know? I feel like it's been around for a long time. Like, something is ringing a bell in the back of my head. Something's ringing a bell, but then again, there's been a lot. People really like making conversion parts for 40k, funnily enough. So, the biomechanic set looks solid. I did not catch that detail, Fanto. This is from Reddit. Someone else noticed. I don't want to take credit for that. It was Reuter15 on Reddit spotted it. So yeah, don't give me the credit for that, please. I can spot a fair bit of stuff, but I didn't spot that. Oh, Dunra, thank you so much. 5 gifted subs. Okay, Dunra, you. Let's have a look at the biomechanic set properly in a moment. You get to decide. How do you want to split this? Do you want all full moons, or do you want all girth, or do you want a mix? The choice is yours. What would you like to see, Dunra? And if the answer's none of any of them because you're sick of them, that is also acceptable. I will allow it. I wouldn't be surprised. I'll be 100% okay with it. It's totally up to you. You make the decision, no pressure. But that's very, very kind of you. Thank you so much. Gifting because I have just welcomed our first child into the world. Got to go. I'll have a mix. Congratulations, Dunra. That is amazing. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everything went well. Congratulations. Awesome news. Oh, that's made me happy, that. If it's made me happy, imagine how happy Dunra's got to be. Okay, let's go. Let's alternate.
Go. Full moon. Go. Full moon. Go.
There we go. But yeah, congratulations, Dunra. That's awesome. I did 5. I started on girth, then I went full moon, then girth, then full moon, then girth. I think. You can have an extra full moon just in case. There you go. Just in case we missed one. I tried dyeing my daughter's hair, but it washed straight out. There's some dyes that are just really naff. I'm trying to think, like, red dyes are really rubbish. They're a pain to do. If you put it on bleached hair, it'll work better. I've never tried that, to be honest, Darkmane. I have no idea whether blue banana is good. I'm trying to think of what I've got in mine, which, admittedly, it doesn't look great at the moment because it needs redoing. But I tend to use Manic Panic, I think it's called, and that tends to stick pretty well. I mean, it's not sticking well now, but then it's been weeks. I don't know when I last did it. Might have been 3 weeks ago or something. They can be very particular as well. If it says on the instructions slightly damp hair, then it's got to be slightly damp or it will just not work. If it says totally dry, you need to make sure that it's totally dry. There was another. I used Arctic Fox for a little bit, but then all the colours that I liked, they just stopped making. So I was like, okay, I guess I just won't use that ever again then. But yeah, Manic Panic have been decent so far. The last time I dyed this, we didn't bleach it first, and it covered everything. So Arctic Fox does smell amazing. Oh, if hair is very recently bleached, the remaining colour removing chemicals will just wash out the hair dye as well. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Okay, Biomechanic set. I wanted to look at this, because this looks really cool. The little face in the door is alarming. Oh god, it's not even a little face, it's a whole guy. This whole dude. It's just a whole bloke with no skin driving the tank. Look. When he's driving the tank or he's doing something questionable. Look at that. Gross. You know what, I should play Necromunda again. I should get Mahogany Staircase and grease Mito out. Yeah, the nips are very on show there. I could do without the hand and joystick. That's fair. Nice bit of spinal cord action as well. I like that a lot. That's awful. The doors, though, that door is solid. That's great. Yeah, the door is amazing. That it's not. Yeah, that's what I look like in between Adeptus Ridiculous episodes. I mean, there's some solid work here. Now I'm curious. If you Google Thousand Suns... No, not Thousands Suns. No, oh my god, I can't type. Help. Thousand Suns Rhino. If you go onto Google Images, is it possible to just see one of those kits in use? Because that would be super interesting if that was the case. And I have to admit, I'm not seeing... Oh. I was going to say I'm not seeing any. Oh no, that isn't one. Okay. Okay, I jumped the gun there. Oh no, one there is. There we go. Look at that. Would you look at that right there? It's not even that far down, to be fair. That has been painted very nicely. Very nicely. Look at that. Oh. Oh. Very bold non-metallic metal there. Very bold. Looks great. Yeah, nice. Nice, that. Very nice. Very nice. Check the page. There's some nicely painted 2021. Okay. I will go back and read this properly. Oh, there's a Cromlech squad. I nearly started a Thousand Suns army using Cromlech bits, and then I didn't. Because painting it seemed like it would be a nightmare. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. Hey, there we go. There we are. Oh, those look great as well. I feel like as you scroll through these, we're just going to see, like, the painting get better and better. Who are this lot? Hang on. Hang on a second. God, they've done a lot. They've done a huge amount. That is a cool conversion. Like that a lot. No Worry Unsanctioned Goof, thank you very much for dropping by. Here we go. So they saw that tank, and then they saw this tank and went, that's not on. What else can we add to the 2000 Suns Codex aside from Root Marines and Terminators? Anything Zinch, Chaos, stuff painted blue? How about expanding on the lore and include a new unit like Havocs? Throw them out the window. Okay. Pretty clear there. Pretty clear. This is a nice looking army, I have to say. The 1000th Sun done a good job here. Oh, look at look at those parts. Oh, on an old Land Raider as well. Yeah, nice. Nice looking stuff. And there's the aforementioned kit, 2021. Huh. So do we reckon then that's what it was? Do we reckon that it was someone like had that available and they scanned it in and they're like, let's go, without realizing? Because it is honestly kind of wild now that we like look into it a little bit. Because it just fully is, isn't it? And it's from years before. Years before. The thing is, that company did a great job making 1000 Suns parts. So, you can't be mad about it, you know? They use terrain from third party too. Oh, that's interesting. Oh. Oh, hey. Wow, that's pretty funny. Look at this. Up to 52% faster than your current 3D printer, the Ultracraft Reflex RS. I know that because I reviewed it. It was yesterday's video. So, I'm fully aware, but thank you for the reminder. I already know what the deal is. I already know, but I don't mind seeing it around. It's a really good printer, to be fair. You know what? If you want that printer, you can go there and get it. It's a referral link, because I get something if you buy it. You still get it, and it's cheaper than it will be when it's fully launched. I don't know what the final price is going to be, but it's cheaper now if you wanted to grab it. It's really good. Like, it's stupid. I was going to look at Atlan Forge. Because of 1000 Suns stuff. Well, the thing is, Shelly, they weren't actually. It's not called 1000 Suns on that bit of scenery. Not scenery. That bit of like extra stuff was like ISIS conversion parts, I think it was called. So it's not technically 1000 Suns anything. It's just panels that happen to fit on a Rhino that look very like 1000 Suns stuff, but not actually 1000 Suns stuff. Oh. Oh, you know what? This is a very cool sorcerer. It's a very cool sorcerer. That's not 1000 Suns, obviously. I quite like that. I quite like it. Egyptus Arcane. Well, I guess you know what they are. To be fair, Barakai, I want speed. I just want stuff now. I'm impatient. I don't want to... Here's what I want out of a 3D printer for the most part. I don't want to have to faff around with settings. I don't want to have to faff around with leveling. And I want to say, I want this thing, give it to me in about 2 hours or so, and then it happens. That's not a realistic thing to want out of 3D printers, but so far that's mostly what I've got out of the Reflex RS, so I'm happy with it. I know it's a whole hobby in and of itself, 3D printing, but I don't actually want to do the bit of it that makes it a hobby. I just want the end result of it. I just want a machine where I go, give, and then I get given the stuff. That's literally all I want. I don't care about anything else. Just give me it now. Don't make me mess around with stuff. Just give me the thing. And that's why I've enjoyed having the Reflex RS so much, because it is literally just that. It is just... It is literally just... Okay, I've got the STL. There's resin in it. I've selected the tank it's in. I've selected the resin I'm using. I've clicked go. That's it. I haven't done anything else. Didn't need to do anything else. I just do that. Don't have to dial it in, don't have to calibrate it, don't have to set anything. Just put the printer down, pour the resin in, say give, and then I get given. That's it. It's so good. That is the thing, Papaya. It's like... It is expensive. Like, I know it's expensive. And I think if you like printing, if you've got like a print farm, totally worth it. If you're just like a consumer hobbyist, then maybe. But it is definitely up there. But that's because of like the background for Hey Gears is like they've only recently got into doing consumer grade printers. All of their stuff is super robust industrial stuff. So a lot of the stuff that is coming with like the increased price is just how solidly built it is, and like the longevity of it and how well assembled it is and all that stuff. It's like they've just used the best stuff for like the chassis of the printer and everything, which makes it cost more. Like I've got a Saturn 4 Ultra in the garage, which is totally fine. It's really good. It's a good printer. I'd prefer it had a heated bed, but it doesn't. But that's totally fine because you can get a heater to go in it now. And it's a really good printer. And it's really close to being that experience of just pouring something in, saying go and getting the stuff that you want. But it's nearly there. It's not fully there. Whereas for me, the Reflex RS, it is there. I just go, this is good, I'll have it. And then I don't have to do anything other than slice it and press a button to send it. And that's it. And that, for me, is perfect. Absolutely perfect for my kind of level of wanting to get into it. Okay, I wanted to take a look at the Dreadnought. The Dreadnought was called out as being good. I want to see the Dreadnought. The Dreadnought is pretty cool. That first sarcophagus is very on the nose, but I'm okay with it. I think I prefer that one a bit. Oh, that's also pretty cool. The guns are incredible. Love the guns. Hilarious. So chunky. Yeah, there's a good amount of options too. That is quite a cool Dreadnought. I will give him that. Oh, they've got a Terminator Sorcerer. Oh, where's that? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, where is it? It's right there. Look at it. Good lord. Again, that's got the chunk. Oh, a range of torsos. Several weapons options. The two heads are basically the same, but that's fine. The cloak's kind of cool. Yeah, that's quite good. This isn't a bad range, you know. This is not a bad range. What's the Magnus stand in? No nipple horns. We're at 0 nipple horns here. Oh, is it the Demon Prince sized one? Okay. That's really cool. I like that one a lot. That torso and the head, I prefer. The rest of it is pretty cool though. You know what? You're right. This is a good range. What base size is it on? That'll say, won't it? Pauldrons, 100mm base. Buttery biscuit base. Power is power is indicated by nips. New Blood Angels are extremely lacking then. Extremely lacking. I'm not too sold on the Soul Devourer. It's okay. It's alright. Yeah, it's alright. The crocodile head's really cool. It just feels very squat at the back for some reason. Although from that angle, no, actually no, I'll take it back. That is pretty good. Yeah, that's quite a good range. That's quite a good range. I don't mind it. The horns are essential. It's true. It's totally true. The horns are absolutely essential. Oh. Hang on a second, chat. Just give me... Right, sorry about this, guys. I'm going to have to cut this short. Quite a bit shorter than I wanted to. Something's come up that I need to go and sort out. So I'm going to have to stop it here. We'll be live again on Friday. Probably the morning. I'm thinking I'll do Friday mornings. So, yeah, we'll be live again Friday morning. There'll be a video tomorrow, hopefully. That's the plan, anyway. But, yeah, I'll just have to see how things... Yeah, I'll just have to see how things go. Sorry to cut this short, but, yeah. I will see you for the next thingy, whenever that is. And thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for the members and for the super chats and everything. Hopefully Friday, a bit more stable. And, yeah, I will see you then.